everyone, how are y'all doing today? I hope y'all have had a fantastic week so far, and if not, hope you are looking forward to the weekend. My name is Never Alone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you don't know, I like to do unboxing, hauls, all the K-pop related things that are usually around, you know, the lovely, beautiful boy and girl paper out there in the world. And part of that does entail partaking in the trade of photo cards online. And I thought I'd go ahead and make a little video showcasing how I pack trades. So these three here are some trades. I'm trying to work on my OT8 like Fever and Treasure era OT8 collections. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get right into these. A little disclaimer, I do always try to reuse packing materials, so if you see some maybe slightly imperfect top loaders of any kind, or tabs that may have looked like they have been used, as long as they're still sticky and they will get the card from point A to point B without any damage, and they aren't too damaged themselves already, I do reuse them. So yeah, I guess I'll talk through that as we go. So you may have noticed by now that these are some ATEEZ albums. They are opened. I like to reuse as much as I possibly can, and these are freaking great boxes, y'all. If you aren't already reusing K-pop stuff, I highly recommend it. It's not too hard. You just gotta find places to, you know, use them. So this black one right here, I use it for things like sticky notes. These like little bitty ones, like the kind of like smaller ones, to like write people's names or any type of, I guess, doodles I need to write down. A pen, because you can never go wrong with a pen. Thank you notes, along with some tabs. And then all of the, I guess, quote unquote letters I use are from whatever albums I happen to have that are extra. Just take them, fold them, and they work. And then washi tape's usually in there too, but it's right there for now. And this other one I use for just empty envelopes. The envelopes I use currently are like regular, I guess, letter size, and they don't have to lick them. I use like this sticky tab thing. And then I do have like the blue one as well, but that one's for stamps, and it's not currently on screen. So when it comes to the part of the trades when you do need to pack up, the first thing you're going to need to acquire is some sort of device to put the actual photo card in. I use Toploaders. You can buy them on Amazon or at local like baseball or Pokemon card shops, but also if you already do buy sell trade online, you're likely to have them just floating around. If you know anybody who either did collect before, is a group order manager, they're really into maybe Pokemon or D&D or some sort of tabletop game that does have cards, they may have extra ones if you are just trying to send one or two at a time and, like, I guess see how you like sending trades in the mail. Sorry y'all, it cut out a little bit. But yeah, like I was trying to say, if you have friends and they partook in those activities either in the past or currently, they may have some extra top loaders for you to, you know, use and try out before you deep dive. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I pack them into the top loaders first. So I have 3 top loaders. These are all reused. You can kind of see how maybe like there's some like extra little scuffs on them, but they're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them at all. The edges up here, sometimes if they're really used, maybe split. Sometimes if people try to put too many cards in them, they will split at the bottom, but these are perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. These are the 3 trades that we're going to be trading today, or at least packing to be able to trade. These 3 are all going to separate people, so they will be packed separately. I'm going to start off with Young right here from Fever. So the first thing that I do is, I like rarely have them ever not sleeved, strange enough. So I always sleeve head first into it for the first sleeve, because I do double sleeve them, and then I do a little piece of washi tape on the bottom. Alright, little piece of washi tape just like so. And then the edge that is open, which is the bottom now, just put it on there and fold it over like hot dog style, if you will. For all of my sleeves, I always make sure that they are just, you know, PVC, acid free, and will fit the card how I like it. Like I like a tight fit for the inner sleeve, and I like a slightly more larger fit on the outer side, just so that they fit together like perfect puzzle pieces. If I find the brand, I'll put it somewhere on screen. No, I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I just use them, and that's where we are right now. Same process now. So instead of putting it like head first in here, a little closer to the screen. So instead of putting it in head first, because this bottom part is now open and you can see it with the tape you just placed, I put it bottom in first. So now that the top has completely sealed for this side, and then the bottom one is sealed and has an extra layer as well. And we are going to go ahead and tape the top of this like we did the inner sleeve. Just like so. Next step we're going to do to prepare the photo card is we are going to take the tab. These are just regular sticky tabs from like any office supply store. I'm going to use a green one because I think it matches Wooyoung really cutely. I try to put it on the back just because I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing. That's kind of it. All the sticky tab here is for is that it's really easy to pull out of the top loader once it is inside. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this top loader and put him inside like so. Just like this. If you find it kind of hard to get them in or something, just open it and put it on a little further. Here we go. And then to prevent the photo card from falling out, say in transit, to prevent it from, you know, sliding up and falling out, I do tape the top of the top loader as well. There we go. So if it goes in transit, it can go in. The photo card is double sleeved, and that is how I prep this. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other two, and I may like time lapse it really quick. The next thing that I do is I locate my card. Typically I try to pick one that is someone's bias, but at worst I just kind of go with what I can find. So these just open up, and we're going to tape Wooyoung into this side real quick. All you have to do that is take some washi tape, and I'm going to go ahead and just rip it instead of cutting it off fancily. A little bit longer of a piece of tape on the bottom of the top loader, and then this a little bit longer of a piece I'm going to use for all the other stuff on the left side of the top loader onto the card. Make sure to push it down really good, and one last piece on the side here. And then I personally like to put a little piece of tape on the top. I know that we taped the top of the top loader, and we also taped the top of the outside sleeve before the inside sleeve on the Wooyoung, but I like to tape the top just so it has an extra layer of something securing it to the card, and it's just another piece of tape right on top like that. It's the top loader, and it has 4 pieces of tape right here. The card is double sleeve, so the chances of it getting water is very, very, very low. On the left side here is where you can put your freebies and your thank you notes and all that good stuff. Let me go ahead and grab some freebies real quick, and I'll be right back. For freebies, I usually do a mix of different things. These are prepackaged freebies from another trade that I got that just stayed in its package, so I'm just going to use it as is. There's a couple different ways that I do the thank you notes, but I go ahead and I print them out and I cut them out. And then this is a trade, so I do a little underline of thank you for trading with me. Do a little star, maybe some little doodles here and there because I think they're cute. And then I like do my little, I guess, gold signature, which is just Never Alone Aesthetics, NAA. And then sometimes when I cut them a little too big, I will just go ahead and put them directly onto the card, like tape it on. But I want to use this extra sleeve that I had from a different trade. We're gonna put these freebies inside the sleeve, and then this is gonna go on top of that, like so. And then we are just going to go ahead and tape this to the top. And you can also seal this if you want. I don't find that freebies that are packaged inside of them slip out as much, so I'm not going to do that. But I will go ahead and tape the bottom of this, just so. A little extra piece of security. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the next two, times lapse in, and I will be right back. Just a quick little note about freebies. It's never required that you send any, at least to me. I kind of prefer if people just don't stress over freebies. So if they're already pre-made, cool, I'll take them. If they aren't, no sweat. But I have a giant box of freebies off camera that I've recently gotten from other trades I've been in, and so I'm just, you know, spreading the wealth. Okay, last step is going to be getting the envelopes ready to ship. Whichever platform you chose to do the trade on, you should have exchanged information already. I am not going to be writing any information, but I will explain how to fill out an envelope for domestic US trades. This will work for domestic US and shipping from the US to both Canada and everywhere in the world. If you're just doing stamp, to my knowledge, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I've shipped things all over the entire globe at this point. I've never had an issue with specifically stamped. The only difference is going to be what type of stamps you do put on it, and that is based on weight and typically like the country location it will be shipped out to, not from. There are 3 crucial pieces of information you need. You need your address, the person's address you are sending it to, so the person you're trading with, their info, and then the stamp or stamps, plural, on the envelope. Alright, it opens like this, flip it over. On this side, your address is going to go for US domestic, or from shipping from the US, your address is going to go in the top left. the stamps are gonna go in the top right. And then the person's address is gonna go right here, kind of like in the center. And for trades, I typically write or use a sticker. I don't have stickers right now, so we're gonna write. Some people at the bottom left will either put a number to keep it more anonymous when they do like a bunch of send outs or batch send outs, or the person's @ If you're ever filling out someone's shipping form and it asks, do you want me to put your @ on the back, like @ symbol, that's going to be your Instagram username. This is where that will be. So if you don't want that, make sure you tell them no, thank you. But I always write, please do not bend on the back, like so. It is good practice in buy sell trade if you write on the envelope before you put the photo cards inside of the envelope, because if I was to put Uyung in here and then write do not bend on it, there's a chance, pretty high chance, that Uyung himself will have this wording indented onto the card, even though there is a top loader and 2 sleeves. And I mean, if you include, this will be like closed. Even though there's all those layers, it's a very high chance that it will. I've had stuff shipped to me before that have reminiscences of both either my address or their address, or please do not bend, or my entire username. So yeah, it is good practice to write on the envelope everything you need before putting this in there. So I'm not going to show you packing the rest of these like that, but the last step you'll have to do is obviously fill out all this information, your address, the person's address, and for me, before I put the stamps on, because the stamps is a huge part of domestic shipping prices, is I will send a photo like this to the person. I will take my camera, take a photo like this. Inside the frame, if you look where my fingers are, it is this entire area, so then I can ask for a packing proof, so proof that I packed this, and that like an address check. So I'll typically send a direct message being like, please make sure everything is correct, and we go from there. They'll say perfect, they'll give it a thumbs up, they'll say thank you for trading, it's all good to go, something along those lines of yes, that is good for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that for these, and then I will be back with showing you guys how I put these into here and do the last little bits of packing on the outside before I ship them off in the mail. Alrighty, so now that I have sent out the proofs of packing as well as confirming the addresses on the front, I am going to go ahead and do the last bit that I need to do. Oops, let me go ahead and write on the back real quick. Now we're going to take some washi tape, and I do 3 pieces. 1 piece on the side, on the front, so if the top loader comes out, it won't slide out that direction. 1 on this kind of longer side, like so, and then 1 on the exact opposite side of this one, like this. There's a bunch of different ways you can tape that up. That's just the way I do it. Then I take this and I put it inside of the envelope. I like to do this side down because this is technically slightly open, just, you know, peace of mind. Like so. Then I peel this off. There's already a very, very sticky strip on there, so all I have to do is push down. And the last little bit that I do personally is on these envelopes, I did buy a big box of them. On these envelopes, there's like these sides that aren't sticky, and so I like to take a piece of just regular tape. Sometimes packing tape. Right now I'm just using office tape because it'll work just as great. And tape down that side, that way there's no way for them to come out. On both of those, like this, like so. Boom. Okay, y'all. This has been me packing 3 different trades that I've had lined up for some older cards. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, I guess, and they want to deliberate in the comments, you're more than welcome to. This is a safe space to ask all of those questions. And yeah, I guess those who have requested this learned, I guess, how I at least do trading. As a disclaimer, this is not the right or the only way to do it. It's just how I personally do it. Everybody has their own way of doing it. This is just what I have learned works for me and has gotten my trades to become the most successful and become as successful as they are today. So yeah, again, hope you enjoyed, maybe even learned something, and yeah, have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever this goes up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!